6 students, and it will be moderated by our new SGA president. So if I could, I'll have those students come to the stage. They will take their seats on stage, and we'll get started. Quick round of applause for them. All right, so I'll have all of our students sit here, and then I'll have our new SGA president, Mr. Connor Walters. He'll introduce himself, and then our student panelists, they'll introduce themselves as well shortly after that, and we'll jump right in.
Hey everybody. Yeah, my name is Connor Walters. I'm the new SGA president here at Forsyth Tech, and they've put together a student panel just to help you guys learn a little bit more about student life and engagement and clubs and the kind of opportunities that you can get into here. So I'll start off by asking everybody to introduce themselves. Or- Here. Thanks.
Hello? All right. Hey there, my name is Robin. I'm taking a associate's degree in arts, but I also did my associate's degree in science, and I'm also the president of math club here.
Hello, I'm Preetika Mutuluri. I'm an international student. I graduated from Forsyth Tech this May with an Associate of Arts.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kareen, and my major is in biotechnology, and that's mainly what I want to do in my major.
Hey, my name is Lee J. Fisher. I also graduated in May with an Associate in Arts.
And my name is Crystal Bates, and I am getting my associates in human services to transfer for social work, and I am also the Phi Theta Kappa Alpha Mu Rho chapter president here at Forsyth Tech.
All right. So our first question is, how did you first get involved on campus, and what would you recommend for someone who doesn't know where to start?
The first time I got involved in campus was probably in my own club, the math club. I found out about it in like a poster in the elevator, and I had so much extra time that time, so I just joined it out of no reason. But as I went through it, you learn a bunch of stuff that you didn't learn in a classroom. You make a bunch of friends, and you just build a lot of skills in like communications, teamwork, and all that sorts. And if you're really new here, I would say just start talking to people around your classrooms, your teachers, or just like look at your emails and the posters around the walls, because there's like a QR code in there that you can probably scan and then go to the interest meeting, and then you might find your niche in there or your lifelong friends. I say just like try out everything. You have all the time right now, so just be green and go around.
I think so.
So having moved from India, I really wanted to get involved on campus because I was like that back in India as well. And the way that I did that was through the international club, and I asked my advisor how to get involved, and she sent me this link to the international club. And I also went to these events, the Welcome Week, Fall Fest, and Spring Fling, and signed up for anything that I found interesting. And that's how I got involved. I really believe that community is currency. And so when you find people who are like minded and who want to do the same things as you get a new kick out of college life.
So this would be my first, I guess, part of becoming a part of anything in Forsyth Tech for me. But in high school, my senior year, um, I had like a free period. So I decided to start working with guidance at my high school, and I would help the guidance counselors organize all their work. I would talk to the students. I would show the new students that were coming in their classes all around the school and their campus. I would also help the students that only spoke Spanish and translate for them. I would talk to their parents, show them their classrooms, figure out all of their financial needs, and I was really helpful with them. And I learned that knowing that I could speak Spanish and help people who felt like they weren't as heard really helped me as a person feel like I was valuable, and I could also make others feel heard and special through showing them that they also matter, their voices matter. And becoming in any club that interests you, or you feel like you have a choice and a right, and you feel the need that you can find somewhere in a club or a sport, anything that makes you happy, you can do that. You are allowed to, and you have a voice. You can make a difference.
I first got involved by joining the Minority Males Succession Initiative. Um, I would say a way to get involved would be talking to your advisor to see about different clubs and also socialize with other people, see what clubs they're interested in joining, see if you might be also interested in joining that.
For me, it was a lot different because I've been out of school for what felt like forever. So I was kind of just a little bit embarrassed that I didn't know all of like the technical platform things and everything. So I just combed all the websites. I would just sit up and just kind of study those before I started classes. I looked through all the things, clicked on everything, even if I was interested or not, and read it. And then I just kept doing the same thing once I'd started my classes. And if I saw someone with a name tag, like in one of my classes, a student, like an ambassador, or someone that, had been involved, I would ask them questions. And then I got involved, once I had the GPA, I got involved with Phi Theta Kappa, and then I got involved with the ambassador program and just kept, if someone asked me if I wanted to do something or try something, I would just say yes, just because I wanted to know and like I wanted to be able to try to catch up, I guess. So I just say dive into whatever and just use this next year as your year of yes and find what you like and stick with what you like.
All right, so last question. How has getting involved in student life and engagement helped you grow personally or professionally?
So last year, I got the privilege to work as a lead student ambassador for Forsyth Tech. And before that, I guess you could say I don't really talk that much before. So I don't really like talk to new people. I just stick with people I already know. But after talking with like a bunch of other people in different schools, different students, you just get the knack of trying to be understanding and trying to be open to whatever they say. So if you really want to see SLE to be one of the things that you want to join in here, I say you could do it and you could pick up a bunch of stuff to being more open to new people, just like me.
So SLE, I wanted to be part of the SGA when I initially started, and I was the student ambassador the second year I was at Forsyth Tech. And it has helped me grow personally and professionally because I met so many people and made great connections. Shout out to Eric, Jeremiah Fields, and Brandon, because when I was a student ambassador, I had to give tours, and they really brought out the best in you so you can learn how to present yourself, you can learn how to talk to people, how to make connections, and you get involved in a lot of events that you wouldn't otherwise know existed on campus. I know it sounds scary, and I know it might be out of your comfort zone, but ultimately it's going to be great for you and your college life.
I would say just being open and just wanting to learn anything new, even if it's something small like joining a club or an interest or a hobby or just going to a festival, it really helps because you can make friends. It helps you learn more people, see their interests, trying to, fit in where you think that it might not be where you think you would fit in, but you never know. Just try to be open, communicate with people. If you have a question, please don't be afraid to ask anyone. Anyone can help you, really. And here we always have resources for everyone. anything, any clubs, any questions about school, classes, majors. You really have so much opportunity and resources here. And if you don't ask questions, you'll never know, and you might just be stuck somewhere that isn't really where you want to be. So, becoming interested in clubs or being social really helps you having interests, clubs. You get to learn know more people. You might even get a job, an internship, or a scholarship just by asking your teacher a simple question about anything. So just be open and ask questions.
Getting involved has helped me gain more exposure, meet new friends, and I was able to. One of the clubs I joined, I was able to gain a summer internship. So I would definitely say it's helped me like connect with more people. So
For me, getting involved, kind of at one point it involved me opening up and showing a really raw side of my background and my past. So I kind of just used that year of yes and said, sure, I'll do it. I shared those things, and the networking and the support that it opened up for me was just unbelievable. So it's honestly, it came at a time that I really needed it because I was in a really fresh spot, rebuilding my life and changing everything that I'd ever done or ever known. So the support that I've gotten, not just from school, but the support in my actual life outside of school from faculty and staff and other students and friends I've made here has it's really helped me stick with it, helped me not to give up and not to think that I was in over my head. And I really appreciate that from any and everybody that's been there along this way.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for your answers. And yeah, I agree. If you want to maximize your time at Forsyth Tech, then joining a club is a great way to start. And thank you all for listening.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to our student leaders for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today. One more round of applause for some of your student leaders. All right, so where can you find us? So our office is in the technology building. That is the big glass building that is right off of Solace Creek Parkway. You cannot miss it. We are in that building, room 130, and right next door to the SLE suite is the new SGA office. All right. So I will turn it back over to Mr. Eric Brooks. Thank y'all.
All right, if you all have any questions for our panelists, they're going to stick around the rest of the evening, so please find them and get your questions out there. All right, we're already up. Perfect. So now we're moving on to another panel, navigating your trailblazer journey, and we're going to talk more about student support and student success as a whole. So first, I'm going to introduce Ms. Kenyatta Richmond to the stage. She's going to come up. She's our executive director for Holistic Student Support Services. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? It's a lot of information, isn't it? I'm about to give y'all some more. But I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to be overwhelming. But I have a fun part. So I say it's fun because My area actually is support services. Like we know when students come to college and something happens in life, you get a flat tire, or you might get pregnant, or somebody gets sick. Life happens, right? Because life happens. My area is here to support those life happens issues. We want to make sure that you stay in school if life happens. So there are 4 areas in my area we're going to talk about, and the QR codes up there because there's so much information. If you scan those QR codes, you're able to go to the web pages and you'll get all the additional information. So I'm going to start by first talking about our Sugar Arts Women's Center. So our Women's Center doesn't just support women, we support everybody, but we all really focus on our female students, but if you're a male, you can still come there. And so this center was established in 1998, and it was the first women's resource center in the state of North Carolina on a community college campus. So in our center, we have a Zen room that you can come and relax because you're gonna need a place to go and debrief. We got bean bags, we got like little waterfalls. So you can come and hang out with Katie Wall, who's our coordinator, and hang out in there and chill and relax. If you need some professional clothing for an interview, we have those for women and children, and it's guess what it is? It's free. Y'all know what free is, right? Who like free? Free, 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 free. We got clothing, we got shoes for women and children. Now Greg gonna talk about the men. We got it free for women and children. We have diapers, we have wipes. Any of that stuff you need, you can come to the Women's Center and get it for free. She also has a mentoring program called Waves, and I gotta look at my cheat notes for this. It's Women Amplifying Voices for Excellence and Success. If you are a female student and you feel like you need some extra support and you want a mentor, you can sign up for this program, and you'll be paired with a faculty or staff member for an entire academic year for that extra support and resources. And you do all types of activities and programming. Last year, we had a culinary experience where we had a cook-off, and it was so much fun. We prepared a meal and had a contest, and a group won and wasn't our group. But we prepared meals, and it was a lot of fun to actually have a lot of camaraderie between teams. And so there's a lot of different programs. She offers a lot of informational resources, programs around domestic violence, sexual assault, women's health issues, a lot of different activities in the center. So if you scan that QR code, you can get more information about what the Women's Center offers. There is also an opportunity for counseling in her center as well. So I'm going to be brief and then go to the next one. Now, counseling services. Everybody know about counseling. We all need to sit on somebody's couch at some time. Well, guess what? We got 3 licensed counselors on campus, and they're known as the cool kids on campus. The cool kids on campus, and they go around and they offer counseling on campus, and it's what? It's what? Free, yes, it is free. If you are a student on campus, you can get counseling services on campus from one of our licensed counselors. It's free. You can do a walk-in referral or for self-referral, or a faculty and staff member can refer you there. Technically, you get 3 sessions with our counselors for free. If they feel you need to be referred out, they will refer you out to additional services outside of campus. They do programming on anxiety, depression. They do group counseling. They provide workshops. If you need a workshop done, they provide that for you all on alcohol and drug abuse. So if you scan the QR code, you'll have access to more information on the webpage about counseling services, as well as the forms to do a self-referral for counseling services. And they're the cool kids on campus. So they'll actually have a Meet the Counselors the week of Welcome Week, so you get to meet them on campus. The next service in my area is our Veterans Resource Center, and that's for our veterans and our military affiliated students. Anybody in here a veteran or military affiliated? Mom, dad, dependent? Anybody? Okay, well, our veteran students on campus can be seen in our Veterans Office for support, and those are for students who have served in the military or are dependent of a military a veteran. And so they provide support for them, help them complete the paperwork and get their military benefits if they're going to be a student on campus and want to seek those benefits. The office has a certifying official. It also has a counselor and an advisor to provide support for them. They also have their own new student orientation, so they are able to get the exact information and support they need to be able to be successful here at the college. And that's our Veterans Resource Center, and you can scan the QR code for that one and get more information on them. And last but not least, this is the big mama jama for my area. It's our Forsyth Tech Cares, our award-winning program, and our Adult Learner Success Program. So Forsyth Tech Cares is our basic needs program, and that's everything that we need to basically survive. That's our food, housing, transportation, and that's also what? Free. So we have 7 pantries, guys. Get this, 7 pantries on all 7 of our campuses. So, and you can come twice a month, and it's free food. Free food, no stigma behind it because faculty and staff can go and get it too, and we go and get food too. And we give you enough of food for your family twice a month, and you use a software called Pantry Soft, and it's like shopping at Walmart. You can look online and you can pick what you want. You click the button, you pick what you want, and you register, and then you come and you pick it up. So twice a month. And I think Brandon might have mentioned earlier about the farmers market. From April to October, we have a farmers market on campus, and it's free and you get produce. We'll have one during Welcome Week, and you can come and get produce as well. Open to you guys as well, faculty, staff, students, and community for the farmers market. And those are on different campuses as well. So the first one during Welcome Week will be on this campus. The office also will help you with things like transportation. If you have an emergency, you can get up to $1,000 per academic year. Now, there is some stipulations with that, a GPA requirement, hours requirement, that is on the website, that information. We do offer some child care assistance, some child care grants, some drop-in child care help, lots of resources to help support you stay in school. You can scan the QR code and get information there. We also have in the office what we call our SPARK, which is our Student Parent Advocacy Resource Center to support students who are student parents. If you're a parent, we have that group to help give you the support to make sure you're able to be successful. And then our Adult Learner Success Coach to help those students who are considered adults, who might be over the age of 24, have children, have a full-time job, or under the age of 24, have children and have a responsibility, and they are not a dependent of someone else. So our Forsyth Tech Cares and Adult Learner Program, if you scan that QR code, you can get additional information there. And so I don't have a lot of time to go into all the details, but if you guys have questions for me, I'll be around and I'll be glad to answer those questions. And my team is set out here in the foyer with more information for you guys. You can stop by and talk to the director and the coordinators, and they'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. All right? So glad to see you guys and happy you all have chosen Forsyth Tech as your home. Thank you.
And up next, we'll have Mr. Brian Stevenson, who's our Director of Accounts Receivable.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Forsyth Tech. I'm Brian Stevenson, and I work in the business office. I'm the Director of Accounts Receivables. I just want to give you a quick rundown of the cashier's office and what we can offer you. If you're in need of a refund or when you are going to receive your refund, you will want to make sure to check your student email for an email from Bank Mobile. It's not a scam. That is how you will be receiving your refund. You will be able to create your preference, and there's 2 preferences for you to choose at your choice. So just be sure to be on the lookout for a Bank Mobile email in your student email. Also, Nelnet is our payment plan servicing company. So you would want to create a payment plan if you're paying out of pocket or if you're needing any other assistance to cover your cost for tuition. And that is done also online. If you are in a sponsorship student, you can also come visit us. We're in the Almond building, and that's the building with the circular drive. We're on the 2nd floor. So just come by and see us. If you have any questions in regards to dropping and withdrawing from a course, you will want to check with us first to make sure that you don't incur any financial penalty. We don't want you to leave us with any type of debt. Um, and also, if you have any questions in regards to like a census date or just any questions in general, we're available to serve you. And again, my name is Brian Stevenson, and I work in the business office. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Ms. Adina Long, Financial Aid Director.
Good evening. Welcome to Forsyth Tech. I tried to keep that. I know financial aid can be a little confusing, so I tried to keep this very short and sweet for you all. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about was getting your financial aid. And one of the two main parts of financial aid is your federal funds and your state funds. So raise your hand if you've completed a FAFSA. Great, great. So you all are already on the right track as far as getting your federal aid. To ensure that you get your state funds, you want to make sure that if you are an in-state resident, you do your RDS or your residency determination information because it's important that you have the in-state determination in order to get your state funds. So those are the two primary parts of getting your financial aid. So the next piece is keeping your financial aid. So once you get your financial aid, you want to keep your financial aid. And one of the most important parts of keeping your financial aid is satisfactory academic progress. Raise your hand if you know what that is. Okay, well, you're going to learn what that is in a very short time frame, just a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So we have a video.
You filled out your FAFSA and have received financial aid. Congratulations on qualifying for this way to fund your education while trailblazing at Forsyth Tech. Did you know that students who receive financial aid are required to maintain satisfactory academic progress standards, or SAP for short, to keep their financial aid every semester? In general, these standards are 1. Maintain a cumulative 2.0 grade point average. 2. Complete a minimum of 67% of all coursework attempted. And finally, 3. Complete your program of study within a maximum time frame of 150%. For example, if your program requires 60 credit hours to graduate, you must be able to complete the program with no more than 90 credit hours. We understand that sometimes life happens and classes are hard. Forsyth Tech offers support for any of our students that need it. We have free tutoring services, counseling, and a variety of support options through our Forsyth Tech Cares office and Student Success Center. You can find more about these resources on our website, forsythtech.edu. We are excited for the start of your academic journey, and we encourage you to reach out if you need anything this semester. We are here to help. For information, you can email us at financialaid@forsythtech.edu.
So satisfactory academic progress is extremely important when it comes to keeping your financial aid. That's maintaining a 2.0 GPA every semester. That is also completing your credit hours at a rate of 67%, and also completing your program within the maximum time frame of 150%. And you can hit that so long as you make sure that you try to be as decisive as possible about your program. Try not to change programs a whole lot. Also, try not to drop and fail a whole lot of classes. So long as you do those things, that'll help you keep your financial aid. Life happens. If something happens for one semester, that's a warning period. You do have another period to get it back up to where it needs to be. So try to remember satisfactory academic progress and maintaining those metrics as you move forward in your program.
You filled out your FAFSA and have
So what's new in financial aid? The last thing I want to make you all aware of is that we have some new exciting things coming down the pike. How many of you, raise your hand if you received an offer letter already? Okay, well, if you've already received an offer letter, in August, you will receive another one. We're excited to be launching a new offer letter. Forsyth Tech has decided to be a part of the college cost transparency initiative. And all that is we are deciding to make sure that we have an offer letter for you that is fully transparent and gives you all the information that you need to know about your costs as well as your awards. So it's going to be fancy looking. We'd like your feedback on it when you receive it. Hope you like it. We tried to put everything on there that we think you might want. Feedback, financial aid at forsythtech.edu when you receive that. Also, in April, probably your spring term, we will be launching our scholarship universe. resource. So that is going to be twofold. We have a lot of funds that we get from donors that are for you all as far as scholarships are concerned, and we'll be actually allowing you to apply for those scholarships through this platform. But one of the most exciting parts is that we also have the external scholarships. They are vetted scholarships to make sure that you all aren't applying for junk scholarships and getting scholarship fatigue, because we know that's a thing. And you'll be able to apply for external scholarships as well. So look for information on that coming down the pike as well. And congratulations on starting your journey. I'm going to hand this over to Mr. Greg Young, who is our Student Success Initiative Director of Student Success. Excuse me, Director of Student Success Initiative. We have some long titles here.
Thank you, Adina. I am Greg Young, and I am Director of the Student Success Initiative, not to be confused with the Student Success Center. So we are a statewide initiative. And so we have recently undergone a name change, as well as some rebranding. But what's been consistent is the strategies and interventions that we use to help support students. So our program believes that Forsyth Tech is a place of promise, and we'll do everything possible to live up to that hashtag. One of the things that we do and encourage is professional development in terms of conferences, both national, state, and local, that help empower students to fulfill those dreams that they're looking to fulfill. We believe students are often in need of help when it comes to persisting from semester to semester. That's how you graduate. If you keep enrolling, you come back the next semester, and then you come back the next year. That's how we graduate students. And so in order to help students, motivate students, and help students thrive, we use academic coaching, social coaching, as well as individual sessions to help students remain engaged. We believe students interested in transferring to four-year universities, we believe they need support. And so we have consistently provided that. So over the last few years, we've taken groups of students to App State, Winston-Salem State, A&T, NC Central, Chapel Hill, NC State, UNC, ECU, UNC Wilmington, Fayetteville State, and UNC Charlotte. So we've taken students on all of those campuses and allow those students to experience firsthand what it feels like to be on that four-year campus, as well as to ask those questions that are burning. I heard somebody say that whenever much is given, much is required. So the students that are in this room today, you've been allowed to start this journey. And the supports that we provide will help you along that journey. But we also believe that you should give back. So service learning is a part of what we do. Several times a year, we have students who participate in service learning projects. And so that's important. So we also believe that some students will go directly into the workforce. And so we want to be able to provide the supports that you need to help you do that. One of the industry tours that we've done several times is visit the BMW campus in Spartanburg, South Carolina. When I tell you that is an amazing experience, the facility, and there were several, it's a campus, several buildings, several facilities. The facility that we toured was 5 football fields long. And we got to see all the robotics that were involved in making those cars. And robotic arms picking up cars and moving them from one platform to the next. So if you have not visited, that needs to be on your bucket list. My time is up. I am in this building, Strickland, 2473. Feel free to reach out. And so I will bring to the stage Ms. Brittany McLeod, and she is Assistant Director of Accessibility Resources.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Good. We're almost there. Okay, I promise. So my name is Brittany McLeod. As he mentioned, I am the Assistant Director of Accessibility Resources at the college. Our office is dedicated to making sure students with disabilities have equal access to their education. So whether you had an IEP in high school or a 504 in high school, maybe you're an adult and you've never been diagnosed and you're just now finding out that you have ADHD or anxiety or depression or whatever it may be, that is a strong sign that you may be eligible for accommodations in college. So our process is a bit different. You will have to provide our office with documentation, and we would have a meeting to kind of talk about how your disability impacts your education. But our office is here. Stephanie Means is also an accessibility counselor. So it's myself, Stephanie, and our director, Erica McMahon. But we offer a variety of accommodations based on your needs, and our goal is to help remove barriers so that you can focus on your success. Our accommodations do not ensure your success. We just move those barriers that may hinder you from access. So accessibility resources is a part of the human experience and employee care division. And in our office, we have student employee advocacy, which also houses student conduct in Title IX. So this is where you can report harassment and discrimination as well. You can connect with us. It looks pretty small on the screen, but our information is here. We will have a table out so you can stop by, but we are also located in the Strickland Center on the north wing, and you can reach out via email at disabilityservices@forsythtech.edu. We have walk-in hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we prefer appointments, but if you come in, we will support you. So feel free to stop by our table and ask any questions. Yeah, and I look forward to working with y'all. Next, I'm gonna pass it to Rick Foster.
What's up, Trailblazers? I told them I'm going to walk right off this stage into the crowd. We're going to lively things up a little bit. All right? I'm Rick Foster. I am the coordinator of CTE Advising. Advising is about a relationship with students, and you can't have a relationship with students unless you get up close and personal, right? What's your program of study? Nursing. Have you got accepted into the program yet, or are you in AA Health Tech? Health Tech. Last prerequisites. So you've met with your advisor. Yes, awesome. That's what I want to hear, right? Who has met with their advisor in this room? Raise your hand. All right, that's what I want to see. Advising is a relationship, right? It's a collaborative relationship. And so we want to know what your plans are. We want to help create those plans with you. We want to know what your goals are in life, what your career goals are. We want to help you create those plans and go forward. We don't want to know what are the next classes I want to take, right? We want you to know what those classes are going to be. We want to know, I want to know that you know what the curriculum for your program is. What are the next classes that come up in that next semester, right? You know, you have the power to register for your classes, right? You can go into the My Forsyth Tech app and register for those classes yourself, right? You have a lot of power here. We want you to know you have that power. We want to empower you and get you there, right? So that's part of that relationship. is we want to sit down with you and say, hey, look, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? You've heard a lot of things tonight of get involved, engage, right? It's about your success. This is not about school happening to you. It's about school happening for you, right? It's about preparing you for life after school and for your success after school. But you gotta learn how to do that. You know, it's about checking that email every day. You know, it's about not putting the body of an email in the subject line. You know, it's about paying attention in class, getting into Blackboard every day, reading the instructions on how to submit things in Blackboard. You know, it's about reading all that stuff and being prepared. It's about having a balanced schedule. You know, it's about being involved, being engaged, and doing all these things. And it's about being prepared to make those informed decisions. And it all starts by, you know, meeting with your advisors. It's about having the CARES program in there so you're not worried about where your next meal is going to come from. You know, so if you get into your advisor's office and you let us know, hey, you know, I can't concentrate in this class because I'm dealing with food insecurity, or I'm dealing with, you know, I don't know where I'm going to be staying the next day. So we can connect you with those people. So it's about a relationship. That's what advising is about. It's not about, I just need my classes. You know, those classes, hopefully you know why you chose that program of study. When Adina was up here talking about that 2.0, that C average, who wants to get a C average? Right? Success. The Success Center. That's where I work. I don't want my students getting a C average. We don't want you getting 67% completion rate. I want you to be in the program that you want to be in for the career that you want to be in, right? I don't want you changing programs of study so that you're worried about that 150% rule, right? If you got a 60 credit program, I don't want you worrying about 90 credits because you're changing halfway a year into that program. You know, you're a successful academic progress. I don't want to have that conversation with you so that you're losing your financial aid. But we can have that conversation because I know that life changes, right? But we want to make sure that your program aligns with your life goal. That's what academic advising is about, right? And we'll get you with Beth. She's coming up here next, career services, because it's course to career. That's what academic advising about. We collaborate with students and we collaborate with every department at this school to make sure that you are successful. That's what it's about. This school saved my life, man. It changed the trajectory of my life. I came here at 42 years old, dropped out twice. That lady over there, Mason Sawyer, she changed my life, right? Student employees, we have peer advisors in our office. They are well prepared to be able to answer questions for y'all. But we have assigned advisors. I'm in CTE. Herbert Ricks is somewhere around here. He's in the health sciences department, right? And we have college transfer, Jan Byram. We have advisors in all those areas that are assigned to their students. Make appointments with your assigned advisor. Get involved. Engage. Get involved. Get a plan together. Get with career services. Do yourself a favor. Make it happen for you. Don't let it happen to you. All right? Are you a trailblazer? Are you going to get involved? Are you going to succeed? Come on now. Are you a trailblazer? All right.
Thank you, Rick, for waking everyone up. That's a hard act to follow. All right, now, oh, thank you. Now that you're all awake, I am here to talk about career services. My name is Beth Mitchell. And show of hands, how many of you in the room feel like at some point in the rest of your life, you will probably be looking for a job? Okay, I feel like for most of you, that's probably why you're here. It's to go to school, to get an education so that you can go to work and provide for your family and feed your kids and make a living. And from today on, Career Services will be here to help you. We help alumni all the time, so whether you're looking for a job now or maybe 3 years from now, you're looking for a promotion or a different job, remember that you can always come back to Career Services. Earlier tonight, there was a QR code to a career assessment, a work interest assessment, and part of the reason that that's important is what Rick alluded to a minute ago, that if you get in the wrong program now, you're going to waste your financial aid potentially, you're going to waste your time and your energy, only to figure out later that you're not doing something that you would really enjoy, and then you have to change program and start over. So I encourage all of you, even if you're pretty sure you're in the right program, to take that free career assessment. You can meet with somebody in Career Services to review it if you'd like, but we have a system called Focus to Career. It's a pretty robust system. It has several assessments and a lot of ways that you can do career exploration. That's really important for you right now as you're beginning your time at Forsyth Tech. But then after that, maybe you're looking for a job now. Maybe you want to have a part-time job while you're in school. Maybe you want a full-time job, or maybe you're not going to look for a job until you're about ready to graduate. But part of my job is trying to introduce you to employers. So we have a Career Hub portal that you can access now. It's also for alumni, so even once you graduate, you can use it. It will not have as many jobs posted in it as you would find if you were looking just blindly on the internet at something like Indeed.com. But the advantage of using our Career Hub portal is that if you see a job posted there, you can rest assured that that employer wants to and is really seeking to hire Forsyth Tech students and grads. And when you're just blindly looking online, you don't know how they feel about hiring a student or a Forsyth Tech grad. So you always check Career Hub first for when you're job searching. We have a brand new software program that I've just bought this summer called JobScan that will help you get your resume through the first step of the process, which is an applicant tracking system. So meet with somebody in Career Services. We can show you how to use that to make sure your resume is in the best shape it can be. You probably don't know it, but you all do have an assigned career counselor. You can find out who that is in Navigate, and you can schedule an appointment with any of us in Navigate. And we are literally across the hall here. When you go out, you'll see some windows and some mannequins dressed professionally. That's the Career Services office, and you're welcome to visit anytime. The last thing on this slide is that I mentioned earlier that part of my job is to connect you to employers. One of the ways that I do that is by hosting something every Wednesday in the fall and spring semester called Workforce Wednesday. It will start back this fall, August 27th, and you can think of it as a teeny tiny job fair that we have every week. It will be in this building, in the lobby, and it will be from 10 to 2 every Wednesday after August 27th. We won't meet on fall break or the day before Thanksgiving, but all the other Wednesdays. And it is where up to 6 employers will be on campus, and they could be from any industry. So it might be a healthcare company, it might be a manufacturing company, it might be a restaurant, it might be a nonprofit agency. That is a time for you to stop by and just visit. They always have swag to give you. We have snacks. It's a good time. But it's a really important for you, even if you're not job searching right now, stop by and talk to employers. Practice now, because I don't want the first time that you have a conversation with an employer to be when it's your dream company for your dream job. But practice now while the stakes are low and maybe you're not super eager to have that job. Figure out what it feels like to introduce yourself, how to explain what your goals are in your program. Get some swag, but also do some exploration. It's a great time to ask a person, hey, what are the career paths like in your company? What does the future of your industry look like? So that you can figure out where you might be able to fit in. Also, it's a great way to build a network so that when you are graduating, you already have a few connections of employers and people in human resources who do hiring for their companies that you can contact and follow up with. So please visit Workforce Wednesdays, 10 to 2 on Wednesdays in the lobby of this building. And stop by Career Services across the hall if you have any questions for career exploration, career assessment, job search, interview prep, resumes, all that stuff. I think I'm passing it back to Eric.
Yes, thank you. Round of applause, please. We are now turning it over to Digital Literacy Services.
Hey there, how's everybody? Everybody stand up for a second that can. And I just want you to stretch, because I know it's hard to sit that long. All right, everybody, let's stretch. Okay, great. Nice stretch. All right, once you feel like you've had a good stretch, go ahead and sit back down for me. My name is Fallon Puckett. I am the coordinator of the Academic Success Center, not to be confused with the Student Success Center, where advising takes place. We are located downstairs in this building, right across from the bookstore. So if you go to get some books, come over, check us out. I'm going to go over briefly a few things that you all need to know about. There is a course for new student onboarding. This will come to you through an email. You will enter your tech ID and you'll get a one-time passcode. You probably have already done this, but if you haven't, this is how you'll set things up. How many of you have set up your tech ID already? Give me a raise of hands. Awesome. Okay. Good news. All right, as part of this process, you'll be setting up your Microsoft Authenticator. Anybody that's signed up and set this up, please raise your hand. Good to see that. All right. If you need any help setting up either of these things before you leave tonight, please find myself or Miss Susan Ott over here, one of our digital literacy specialists, and we will be happy to assist you with that process. All right, for the sake of time, I'm gonna skip through that. Okay. So now we're gonna be talking about academic supports that are available to you here at the college. And I believe I am gonna pass it back over to Eric. Okay, thank you.
Nah, I just messing y'all. Thanks. I gotta mess with y'all. All right. So sorry. So again, it's Jeremiah Fields again. Just talk about our academic supports today. You have our library services. So this can support you with any papers that you have for your classes or helping you find your debate and your arguments in a lot of your different papers. So we do have a library services here. Or if you just need a space to study, right? You'll probably do some group work. If you need a space on campus, you can reserve a room in our library as well. Academic Success Center is where all of our academic support is, also known as tutoring. Okay, so do not wait until the last minute or to the end of your semester to get help. All right, get help as soon as you feel like you're losing a grip. All right, we've all been in college, and most of the time, or some of the times, we probably don't get the assistance that we need academically, right, up front. So make sure you reserve a tutoring appointment either virtually or in person. That is a great part about Forsyth Tech and our Academic Success Center is that we offer both in-person and virtual tutoring options for you all. As well as in the Student Center, we have 3 different study spaces, both individual, partner, and group study spaces. We have desktop computers as well. So if you don't have a laptop or you left it at home that day, you can go into our Academic Success Center and utilize their desktop computers as well as printing services, right? So if you don't know where you're going to print your paper, but you're like, hey, I know I have it, I can print it off in the Academic Success Center before I go to class, okay? So printing and virtual and in-person tutoring support. We have a STEM tutoring lab, so science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as a writing center and academic support for all other courses as well, okay? So go to the writing center, let them proofread it, and then you'll turn it into your professor. You have less red marks on your papers, I guarantee. All right. Digital literacy is the team that will support you with anything technical across campus. So if you need support with uploading your assignments in the software, right? Please just reach out to Digital Literacy. We also have Tech Tuesdays, and they support students on Tech Tuesdays as well. Success coaching is always important. because we want to ensure that our students are retained and persist through semester to semester and matriculate all the way into graduation. Everybody wants to graduate, and we all want you all to graduate. That's why we have success coaches for you all, okay? So you're not in this fight alone, even if you did an application by yourself. You're not in this fight alone, even if you did your FAFSA by yourself. You have support here, and we have success coaches to ensure that you are successful. My next 2 points, we'll talk about TRIO. TRIO is a college and career exploration tool here at the college. So if you are stopping here on your way to a four-year institution, stop by TRIO, get some of that college exploration as well as career support as well. So sometimes you may not know what credits are acceptable or what credits you need to be accepted into the program in which you will be applying to at the end of your sophomore year here at the college. Reach out to TRIO. They can provide some of those, some of that direct support with helping you understand transfer credit and the transfer process. Boost. Anybody heard of Boost? That is not good, right? Because Boost is a really great program here at Forsyth Tech. It's the state's new model for rolling out certain program areas here at the college. There are certain criteria that you must meet to be within the Boost program, and if you do, it will take care of your studies, your financial needs for your study here throughout your time at the college, okay? So you do receive a success coach within Boost. One of the criterias that kind of X a lot of people out is if your household income is less than 80K, okay? If your household income is less than $80,000 and you study certain program areas, you do qualify for our Boost program here at Forsyth Tech, but not only those two pieces of criteria, there are other pieces as well, right? So, and this is my last piece of advice to give everyone today. If you cannot remember anything that we said today or kind of the deeper information that you all received today, just Google whatever you need and Forsyth Tech at the end, okay? Academic support, Forsyth Tech. TRIO, Forsyth Tech. Boost, Forsyth Tech. If you put Forsyth Tech at the end of a lot of what you need here at the college, you will find it online, okay? Everybody got me? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay? Or like, nah, Jeremiah, you're doing terrible today. All right. So I think that's it for me. We'll do the Trailblazer tips coming up here next, but I'm super excited, y'all. This is my last time talking in front of y'all tonight, so I just have to say I'm excited to see everybody. I hope y'all are excited. It's a new journey for all of us together. It's a new year, new start, fresh beginning. So let's make the best of it and have a great time. All right? Yep. Great.
All right, last two slides. So we're closing out. Quick Trailblazer tips. So we talked about this a lot tonight. So one, connect with your classmates and the college. You all met a lot of people here tonight at your tables. You've met a lot of us as professional staff, so connect with your classmates and the college. Talk to your instructors, okay? Your instructors can be your best friend, all right? If anybody's gonna listen to your story, possibly create some wiggle room for you in tough situations in the classroom, that's gonna be your instructor, all right? So talk to your instructor. Check your email often. I know we had you all raise your hand a few times about TechLink, who's been in, who hasn't been in. Once you get into TechLink and you access your email, please check your email daily, okay? Any information that comes out from your instructor will be in your email. So check your email. Also, opportunities on campus will also come through your email, all right? Take care of yourself and reach out when you need to. Be proactive in reaching out to your instructor when you need help, okay? If I was an instructor and you missed several assignments only to tell me weeks after that you had a death in the family or you needed extended time or there was something that happened in your life that kept you from submitting your coursework, at that point, your instructor, their hands are a bit tied. So when you have those situations happen in your life, reach out to your instructor and also be kind to yourself and take care of yourself, all right? So we talked about our campus resources, holistic support. Last but not least, our student care team. So everyone that you all met tonight, all the professional staff, we kind of double as your student care team here at the college. So if you see one of us, you have a question, you have a need, please reach out, all right? Now, we do want to quickly open it up for any questions that any of you all have. We will stay back for the next probably 30 to 40 minutes, the professional staff, to answer any additional questions. But if you have a burning question at this moment, I do want to open the floor for any questions that you all may have. And we have some microphones circulating around. Okay? Any questions? I know it's getting late. Oh, one question right there. To your right. Yep.
I talked to my success coach, Mr. Reyes, and we talked about laptops and Wi-Fi for students who needed them. Do we get those to the CARES project, or how do we facilitate that?
Yes. Don't have my CARES team here, but yes. So we talked about Forsyth Tech CARES a bit earlier, supporting students in things that happen outside of the classroom. So yes, before you leave tonight, I believe we have 3 tables outside with our CARES team, also our Holistic Student Support Services. Stop by, share that information, and they'll be able to guide you directly in those needs, okay? We also have a few other tables outside, just kind of plugging those really quick for some support services. So some